Let's talk about the name Jesus. And before anyone reacts, understand this first. Everyone already knows that names matter. They matter when it comes to authority. They matter when it comes to identity. They matter when it comes to calling, ownership, and power. Christians will insist names matter in every area of Scripture until the moment the Messiah's actual name comes up. Then, suddenly names are just sounds. And that contradiction should bother you, because what people are really defending isn't the Messiah. They're defending a construct that they were given. Jesus is not a Hebrew name. It never was. It's an English form of a Greek transliteration of a Hebrew name filtered through Latin, standardized centuries later by Roman institutions that openly admitted to changing language, structure, and terminology. And that's not an insult, that's history. And here's the uncomfortable part. People don't reject the Hebrew name because it's wrong. They reject it because accepting it forces a realization. If the name was changed, what else was filtered, reframed, or softened? And that's what triggers people. Because once you accept that the Messiah was named Yahusha, you can't unsee the fact that he lived, taught, and spoke inside a Hebrew covenant system, not a later religious one. And that brings us to the real issue. People say, God knows who I mean, but Scripture never treats names that casually. Names in Scripture mark authority, establish identity, and signify function within covenant. Abram became Abraham when his covenant role expanded. Yaakov became Israel when his authority shifted. Hosea became Yehoshua when he was appointed to lead. Names only change when Yahuwah changes the role, and that's the point. The Messiah's role never changed, so his name never needed to change. Why would the name spoken by his mother, used by his disciples, and recorded in Hebrew context be irrelevant? It wouldn't. What people are attached to is familiarity, tradition, and comfort, not truth. And this isn't about condemnation, it's about honesty. If the name truly didn't matter, restoring it wouldn't feel threatening. But it does, because the moment that you restore the name, you restore the context. And once the context is restored, the teachings stop sounding like modern Christianity